Everything's working beautiful. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another Off the Lip Radio Show, show number 844. That's a lot.
844.
844 shows. With Mr. Me and Mr. TC. TC's out of town tonight, and so I have a special. He's been the co-host of the show a couple of times, but tonight he's just a guest.
Is that my title?
You're the founder of Buell Wetsuit, Buell Surf.
Founder. If you don't know, you better ask somebody.
What would most people say?
What?
What would most people say?
About me? Me?
Yeah, you. As you, what we?
They like to thank me for all the great work I've done over the course of my years. What a great job to have where people come up and thank me for all the hard work I've done. So every day I get thanked for kind of work, which is an amazing thing. I couldn't think of a better job.
No. Unless you cured cancer or something.
Yeah.
Right?
You'd think.
You have a thankful job. You have not a
Yes.
thankless job. A lot of thankless jobs. You have a thankful job.
It's cool. I just shake hands and
Butter people up.
yeah. It's like
Right?
I'm running for mayor, but I'm not.
You should run for mayor. We need us.
Run
You
on
would
a
be.
platform.
You would be.
My marketing's really good for that.
Isn't H. Des your marketing guru?
Yeah, and I'll run on a platform that HDES will help me make all big decisions.
I introduce this guy right here. This is Nicholas H. Des Hernandez, and I coached him in middle school, Shoreline Middle School, when he was this big.
Still a life coach to this day.
And he admitted 20 years later that he pushed me off my board. It was him who pushed me off. I wasn't sure who it was, but it was you who pushed me off, right?
Good old tip and dip.
Huh?
Good old tip and dip.
Was he stepping?
Yeah.
He was street sweeping.
That was back then in the day when I was hated.
We would take our leashes off and swim over to him. He would see us paddling up.
Yeah.
We would come underneath.
Yeah, that's the kind of...
just tip him off.
Navy SEAL type stuff.
Yeah, that Navy SEAL. Hey, Coach.
Coach.
Hey, Coach. I can't believe you did that. And now you're a dad. God, what happened there? You went from one extreme to the other.
Yeah. Now he's surfing.
No, he's not. Well, he's surfing with his son a little bit. Did you have to specially make that wetsuit for his 1.5-year-old kid? Or do you have you have wetsuits for 1.5-year-olds?
Yeah, we do, but we always sell out of those quick. We never order enough. You think there wouldn't be that many 1-year-old surfers, but there are. It's wild. They're starting them really early.
They're starting.
Days.
I mean, is that as young as it goes?
We're looking for the best 1-year-old out there right now.
Barrel?
It's a new sponsor contest. Best 1-year-old out there. We got the contract waiting for.
I think that's a
It's going to happen sometime in the next few months. I mean, it has to.
That's a contest that has never taken place so far.
This kid's like 9 months old right now.
Yeah.
He's just learning how to stand. So we're going to give him another 3 months.
See if this coordination pans out.
Yeah. We'll give him 3 months of standing before we recruit him. We recruit him young too.
You know what? You got to get him on your. You got to get him under your roof.
Yes.
You got to get him penciled, sign a contract, get him. Can he write? Get the right.
Get him a binky.
Get him a binky with a Buell binky.
San Francisco Olympics in 2048.
Wait, do you have a Buell binky back there? They should be back there. A Buell binky.
No, we got air fresheners though.
Yeah, you got air fresheners, and you got padlocks that lock your key and keep your keys safe.
Here you go. This one's for you. I know you
you
probably need it in your car.
I do. It's got
smells.
My car's got some hot yoga.
You probably leave. Oh my God,
hot yoga wet
You need-
shits in my car. You got the extra strong.
You need
extra power.
Californian punch. You need that one.
All right,
And you need Caribbean colada. All of those.
Caribbean colada.
I'm not saying it's kind of like putting lipstick on a pig. Nothing's gonna stop the heat yoga
The
smell.
hot
in your
yoga
house.
towel and shorts are in the back
You
of my
probably
car.
have your booties.
Yeah, they're in there too with the
in your
wetsuit.
car.
The wetsuit.
Wetsuit.
Yeah. It's just a big piece of.
As long as you don't leave it hanging outside your mirror.
No. Oh no.
You don't do that.
Why do people do that? It doesn't.
No, they're out of their minds.
Does it work? All of a sudden you pull
No,
over.
it's like saying I surfed today. Check me out.
You're not gonna pull over and get it's dry. It's not dry. Ridiculous.
You know those hooks that they use to like pull people off stage when they're really bad? I want to have one of those.
The bad comic.
I want to have one of those in my car, and when I see people drive by with their wetsuits hanging to dry, I'm gonna scoop them off.
Over here to the right, we got. Tell me your name again.
Paul Lazazera.
I invited Paul because he was at Midtown Block Party with the hottest item. He was the hottest vendor. Sold hot.
I can't understand what you were trying to say.
No, not
he's
hot.
The hot. He was
No,
with the hottest item.
he had the
hottest item.
He had the hottest item. I left that word out.
He's got the hottest item.
Yeah, he had the hottest item.
So he's the.
Which is what?
He's an up and
Yeah,
coming.
we've got popsicles that are infused with mushroom extracts.
Can you give him one? Can he nosh on one right now?
Yeah.
Nosh. Is that word British?
It's a bit of a British word.
Oh.
See, he's got the padlock.
Tool.
Here we go. Here we got tools.
That's funny. It went on so easy. There we go.
Oh, you
Yeah,
gotta
we've
get.
got a bunch of flavors.
You gotta get. You
if I
gotta
could,
get.
rattle them
You're
off.
gonna have one.
Yeah. Well, you let him rattle off his flavors.
Yeah, we got porcini pumpkin pie,
What?
strawberry.
Right? Hang on. Start again.
Yeah.
What do you got?
Porcini pumpkin pie, strawberry lion's mint, a chocolate, a chagachino, which is like a coffee flavor, a key lion's mane pie, a cordy creamsicle, and a tremolo la matcha.
What's the cordy creamsicle? What was that again?
Yeah, it's exactly it. It's just like a creamsicle. Yeah, strawberry lion's mint. Yeah, those are both really good choices.
I'm gonna take that first one, the pumpkin one.
Yeah, heck yeah. That's kind of been like my favorite lately.
Oh, but H says, what are you having?
So it's kind of like strawberry.
I'll do the pumpkin one,
Pumpkin?
and can I do the chocolate one too?
Yeah, heck yeah.
Doubling it up.
I'm doubling up.
You go double?
My son's mom's obsessed with mushrooms.
Oh, no
The
way.
bigger one.
Oh, heck yeah.
And what they call?
The
The ice creams are called. Your company's called.
company is Santa Cruz Fungi, and the
Santa
products are
Cruz
called
Fungi.
popsicles
Fungi.
with
Oh,
bananas.
I've seen you like stand outside farmers markets
Yeah,
sometimes?
yeah.
Sometimes it's like kids.
Yeah, oh yeah, a lot of times.
Yeah, I've seen them out there.
Nice.
He's the
heck yeah.
fun guy.
You're the
I
fun
thought
dude.
I was the
Yeah.
fun guy.
That's so cool.
There's room for two fun guys on this show. Neil's not very fun.
I'm not
though.
fun at all.
He's all stuffy and serious.
I'm British.
He's British. Takes everything seriously.
Cheers.
Heck yeah.
Made sure I tried not to touch where he'd already bitten. But,
What's happening in the wetsuit world?
well, if you spin just till
I'm gonna take a
right, spin a little bit right there.
Yeah.
Check that one out. That's the JOB 4.0. Acid wash, finished. It's kind of got a little bit of boldness to it, but then once it gets wet, it's not that bright. So that's kind of been. I think that's the best design yet. And we even have we have the subdivision Dane Reynolds models over there.
Okay.
See? And then we got the RB1s, which have been the longest lasting, longest standing wetsuit. Since the day I started Buell, we introduced the RB1.
Out of the back of your truck.
2009, out of the back of my garage.
That video. Remember, it was a video. On the back of your truck or your garage, way back.
Yeah.
Remember that?
2009, the first suit that came out was the RB1, which stood for Rubber Bones 1. And
How many people thought you were crazy coming up with a wetsuit?
Everybody.
Everyone did?
but that's when I knew I was on to something.
Because you
Yeah, oh, you can't do that. I'm all, watch me. You can't put skeletons on a wetsuit. Watch me. You can't put eyeballs on the booties. Watch me. So I built a career on kind of bucking the system.
Well,
I don't like authority either.
you know, I don't think you do.
But I was molded in the Santa Cruz vein. We had nicknames. We're loud. We're proud. We wear bold wetsuits. We like punk rock. We like to do big airs, surf big waves. We didn't have the contests in our backyard like everybody who grew up in Southern California. You had to make your name in the magazines or in the one big contest that came up here, or you had to travel up and down the state like Nat Young did, and a few before him. But yeah, I've taken everything that I've learned growing up in Santa Cruz and kind of put it into the brand. The smiley faces are at the forefront, reminding everybody that kind of that's probably what everything's about when you really break it down. If you're not having fun, what are you doing?
Especially nowadays.
Gosh.
It's on the news nowadays, and you're not seeing a smiley face.
No. And the way I see it, I've come up with all sorts of trademarkable, patentable design changes and things that change the industry. The upper entry that has the crisscross panels I developed when I was working at Hotline years ago, back in the early 2000s. I've done all sorts of crazy things, and the one thing everyone wants to talk about and probably has made the biggest impact are the smiley faces on the inside of the knee pads that when you're done surfing, you take your suit off inside out, you flip it over the railing, and it reminds everybody to have fun. And yeah, like I realize that the suit is usually inside out 90% of the time. Mm-hmm. So
hanging over your outside mirror.
So we try and take no, not that. Smiley faces down. No, I'm just kidding. Whatever, it's all cool. But I would think that the constant salt water on that one area of your car might rust it up, though, a little bit. Salt water.
When did you first think about or come up with the idea that you wanted to make your own wetsuit in a town that was already selling lots of wetsuits?
Good question.
Well, because I was running somebody else's company who was
Hotline?
Hotline. Brenda Scott Rogers. I was running her company and built something really cool, I think, at our height when we had Flea and Barney and the wild colors I talked about and the ability to make custom wetsuits, particularly USA-made wetsuits. We had a factory and we're making wetsuits right here in Santa Cruz. So being at the forefront of wetsuit design and being able to actually like go to sleep, wake up with an idea, and go into work and actually be wearing that wetsuit that day was like something I look back on now. And the height of what's Buell, I can't even. Now I'm working with Jamie O'Brien and Dane Reynolds, so that says a lot. But being that hands on.
You have them under contract, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Right to.
We've got both. Dane just signed a new 5-year contract, so we got Dane Reynolds locked down for quite a few years, and we're stoked on that more than anything else because of our partnership's really good. He's got his own kind of subdivision brand of wetsuits that do really well under our label. They're clean, minimalistic, limited branding.
Are you paying a higher price for ones that are designed by the athletes you have?
No.
I gotta go pick up the baby.
Go. I'm so stoked.
H-Dez. I'm in.
Hang on.
Yeah. Peace out, guys.
Love you, my friend.
Yeah.
See you, buddy.
Good to see you, Neil.
Yeah. Good luck. Take care of that baby.
Okay.
Do I have the code and I don't need the key for that, do I? Okay. Yeah, buddy.
Or you do need a key to lock that.
Which one? This one?
Yeah. I'm gonna keep it.
You wear your wetsuit.
I do, yeah.
Why did you? You're a customer. You're a consumer.
Yeah.
Why did you choose your wetsuit? Did you try other ones out?
Yeah, I've tried a lot. Before that, I had a Rip Curl, a Billabong. O'Neill was kind of my go-to for a really long time. I feel like I probably tried some other weird ones, but yeah, I don't know. Just a couple years ago, honestly, I forgot my wetsuit at home, And I was up in Pacifica, and I was like, oh man, I want to go surfing. So I went to the shop there, and I was like, oh, like this is like a good deal for a wetsuit. So I grabbed it and was just stoked. It was super warm. It lasted the whole year. Like, what else do you want, you know? Yeah, it came with a hood too.
My son surfs his your wetsuit. He loves them.
A lot goes into it, and a lot of years of experience, and having those years of experience and making mistakes somewhere along the way and learning from them, all that stuff goes into what you see today. And like, can't afford to make mistakes. Not at this level. It's like a mistake at this level, kind of when you're kind of scaling stuff and growing and find your brand in other countries, and there's a lot of people depending on your product being perfect.
Right.
And it's got my name on it. I need it to be perfect. It has to be.
Yeah.
But other than that, financially you can't make mistakes. So I lend on all those years of experience and to make sure that these things are perfect. And when everything comes together, and it is.
Right. So you took your name and to 41st Avenue, which we're at right now, and where you have O'Neill and Billabong and Freeline and whatever else on the street, right? But did you know you can get a foothold? Did you know you can get a foot? Or was it just that we're taking a chance?
I mean, is this a foothold, or
No, it's beautiful.
are you?
No,
do you see as many Buells in the water as you do anything else?
I've seen a lot of Buells in the water.
More than anything else?
Yeah. Honestly, I have to say yes, because
I see. I mean, I know the impact it's made, because I got a lot of friends. Everybody in this community I consider a friend, and I love talking to people and the vibes they project to me about how they feel about the brand and the people we support, the Nat Youngs and Austin Smith Fords, and just throughout the course of Buell's,
existence.
Yeah, we've always kind of supported surfing and local surfing,
Right.
and I think people really appreciate it. And one of my favorite products that we make now are softboards, because the people that ride softboards,
Right.
they're families,
Yeah.
they're kids, they're beginners.
Yeah.
They're now expert people. Like, everyone has a softboard in their quiver. So
How much of your business, may I ask, is the soft top boards? Is it a lot?
10,
10%?
20% maybe,
Yeah.
15.
You see them everywhere.
Yeah, here we haven't figured out how to ship them fiscally
Right.
worthy of it. So we haven't figured out how to scale that part of it. But there seems to be a demand. Softboards aren't going anywhere, and it doesn't mean you're going to buy less hardboards. I have 50 hardboards in my garage,
Right.
but I've got 4 or 5 softboards in there too. And when it's right, those boards are perfect.
Have fun.
Yeah, you take the fins right up and ride right up the
You're
beach.
trying to line up. You don't want to be having a nice board out there.
Cowls, let me just say this.
Right.
Cowls should be softboards only.
Yeah.
It's just too crowded, too many people there.
Right.
Or there should be some sort of there should be some sort of permit that you should have at some point.
Yeah. A license.
Well, you gotta have a license to fish.
Yeah.
I don't know. Regulating surfing. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. What about the thought? What if the Santa Cruz Sheriff's Department or Santa Cruz PD came in here to me and they're all, hey, can you put our patches on some wetsuits, and can you make us like a couple outfits? And I'm like, why? And they're all, we're going to start patrolling the waters. You're like, oh, man. Oh, man. Pretty wild thought.
Can you? I seeing here. Can you design your own wetsuit? Can people design what they want? Something more personal.
But at the moment, you can't totally design your own wetsuit, but
It's on.
this person did, and we've got a few really good designs, but right now it's just a contest, and the winner is going to get something. But
Okay, cool.
we're not going to produce the custom suit
Yeah.
that's actually on there.
me ask you this question. You see professional F Formula One drivers or the speedways, the NASCAR drivers, right? They got all their sponsors on their arms. God knows they're covered in it. How come they don't have that in
Wetsuits?
Yeah.
Well, almost did it with Adriano de Souza, which would have been classic because he was the guy who had 20 stickers on his surfboard. Right. Well, I had a deal with Adriano de Souza that whatever I make his wetsuits, and they have Buell on the sleeve and a Buell on the back of the calf.
Yeah.
He got the rest of the wetsuit to put whatever he wanted on there. So when he chose, there was a while it was Oakley, and then after that it was a company called Pena, and then it was HD, and there was a time where he pitched like, why don't I just put all my logos on the suit?
Yeah.
And he had me mock it up for him, and it looked wild. It looked like a NASCAR suit.
Right.
People would have been all, no! I would have been like...
I'm not surprised they don't have that.
Me and Adriano would have been public enemy number one. And, you know, the crazy part is we're just wetsuit sticker away from that happening. Like, and I know there's heat transfers, but they burn the material. They're risky.
Right.
But if there was something that was as easy as you peel off and you stick on your wetsuit, I feel for surfboard shapers where they do all the hard work and they got their logo front and center. And if somebody wants, or and some other, they could put whatever they want on it. So whatever. I do feel for the surfboard shaper that put his hard time into custom making a board and got stickered over the top. Yeah. So
you guys rent a lot of boards, right?
What are you saying? No, yeah, we rent boards.
No, I imagine that's kind of
when it's kind of big, we don't though.
Yeah, you slow that. And high. How about high tide?
We don't like to be on the social media videos with the high tide board slamming up. The last one, you could clearly see the O'Neill leash on it, and we were all like rental.
Yeah.
But
I
don't know. I know as a preventative measure, the lifeguard departments, I'm not even sure which one, were kind of lining the cliffs those days that it was really hard to get in.
Yeah.
Especially at high tide. So
people don't have exit strategies at all. They have no end game.
No, and extra high tides can be really difficult.
What's coming out? What's new and exciting as far as is this the new thing? Hang on a minute. This is it right here, right? Mm-hmm. This is the new guy.
This is the JOB 4.0.
That's what you need right here.
And it's low pro, but it's high pro. You can see it's got this acid wash look, but it also looks like a harbor seal. You've seen it.
I saw it in the morning.
Looks like a harbor seal.
Yeah.
So if you want to blend in Santa Cruz, this is the suit to get. Now, what's coming down the line in the future? What's next?
Yeah.
Well, it's a more earth-friendly, more human-friendly, more eco-friendly neoprene. Now, we've already got recycled bottles that are turned into the fabric that the thread that becomes the fabric, and also the thread that attaches or connects your suit together. We've also eliminated volatile organic compounds that are in adhesives by making a water-based glue.
Yeah.
We've done all these things to make the process better and more earth-friendly. The very last thing to do, because we've recycled tires and mixed them with eco-carbon black to limit the amount of petroleum we're pulling from the earth and the amount of damage we're doing to the earth. We've limited that with all those steps, but it's time to move on to natural rubber, which actually comes from a tree. And it's a renewable resource that is much better for the environment. You know, Patagonia had been working on it for years, and, you know, they've done all the hard legwork and
they wanted to
waded through.
And wanted to share it with everybody else?
Yes, they shared the technology, but the company they worked with is called Ulex. Ulex in Patagonia developed a natural rubber that comes from a rubber tree. It's a guayala tree. It's usually found in South America, but they planted forests and it's found all over Asia now, and there's all sorts of resources that are becoming available where now it makes sense to switch to natural rubber, but only if it performs as good, right? Because we're picky. We're not going to sacrifice flex or warmth or stretch. We just won't. And finally, right now, that natural rubber that comes from a tree is now outperforming petroleum-based neoprene and limestone-based neoprene, and we're finally able to get away from burning things and sending carbons into the air, which, you know.
What is the end life of a wetsuit? What happens to a wetsuit at its end of its life?
Well, that end of life depends on uses and the decision that the wetsuit manufacturer or brand made during construction. You know, not cutting corners, triple gluing, compressing all the seams together, making it so that suit lasts as long as it possibly can. Because I would say a suit's got 300 to 400 uses.
So if someone comes in and buys a new wetsuit from you tomorrow, but they want you to help them get rid of their old wetsuit. Can you do that?
Yeah, we do have a couple programs, but nothing that I think is quite there yet either. They're recycling them into other products.
Right.
They're turning them into, I think it's yoga mats and some other stuff.
Right.
But they're
Backpacks.
right now recycling traditional neoprene requires you to peel the fabric away from the neoprene core, and that itself is so labor intensive that there's not a good answer quite yet for that.
What did you think of the Fun Guys ice cream?
Fun Guys ice cream is good.
Huh?
Fun Guys ice cream is good.
Let's try another one. We're here.
I mean,
Can I try
before
one
it
more?
melts.
Yeah, heck yeah. What flavor you want?
So what's your I don't care. Chocolate. What's your website?
It is SC, like Santa Cruz,
Yeah.
fungi.com.
And where can you get these? You can apart from in the Buell shop right now. Where can you get them? Like,
Yeah.
can you pick them up?
Yeah, right now, the only like reliable places to get them are Dharma's restaurant.
Okay.
And there
Which
is-
I love that place.
Yeah, the Hyatt Regency Spa, actually, in Monterey.
Hyatt Regency Spa.
Yeah.
Mr. Buell.
This is good right here.
Huh?
This
Which
one's
that?
good.
That's the one I have. Like the pumpkin one.
That's the Cordy Creamsicle. Yeah.
Creamsicle. I could taste the creamsicle.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
Very
like real
prominent.
flavoring,
What
chemicals.
Kind of like orange creamsicle. What was the first word again? Cordy?
Cordy, yeah, that's
What's
the mushroom
that?
that's in there.
Oh.
It's actually like considered an athletic mushroom. If you take a cordyceps supplement for like 30 days, you can actually increase the amount of oxygen that your blood can carry. So, and it's
No way.
yeah, it's been used in the Eastern medicine for like stamina and male potency for a long time.
Male potency.
There you go. Yeah, look out.
Your Pearlberg like 3 of these. He needs them.
So this is like
these things, these things will make me paddle faster.
Hell yeah.
Like if I was doing the J race these days, I would want my VO2 levels shooting through the roof.
So instead of Viagra, what should you be eating?
I mean, the cordyceps for sure.
That one there?
Yeah.
You're gonna have
I mean, I heard.
you got a wild night coming, bro.
Take me home tonight.
Yeah, there was a study actually done on like, extending the male member with those, and it was something ridiculous.
You had no
like,
idea what was coming here today.
Like 20% or something.
Interview to help your business. Ice cream. It's something to make you.
You scream. We all scream for ice cream. The marketing.
All of a sudden you started eating that thing faster.
I know.
Dude, I mean that's crazy. Like one of my friends that I was giving the cordyceps, I made a like extract of it and I gave it to him. And he was like, does this stuff regrow hair? And I was like, I don't know. And I was like, I looked it up on Google, and it was like, yeah, apparently that stuff regrows hair. It's like good for anxiety.
I need that too.
Good for depression. It's got all kinds of
you need
stuff.
that,
Yeah.
You need a dozen of those.
Right. Oh, yeah, you're trying to get me back for that last one, aren't you? You need a dozen of them. You need a dozen of them. Pearlberg?
Wait.
Santa Cruz.
Remember our first interview with Barney?
Yeah, he brought a TV in. And a VCR.
And
And a helmet.
And a pumpkin. And a baseball bat.
Yeah, a helmet. Oh, a pumpkin and a baseball bat because he was going to Gallagher that shit.
That's awesome.
He was going to explode it.
You were serious, sure.
Yeah, no, we're like,
Yeah.
yeah, didn't he had goggles for us? Like he was like, I'm like, where are we? Nickelodeon?
That's epic.
It's
That
slime.
was a crazy night.
Oh, man.
Barney's eccentric and very funny. His mind never turned off. And he was
No.
wearing a Spider-Man shirt too.
It was. That was a wild night. I gotta dig up that show.
My daughter was on that show, Taylor.
Your daughter was?
Yeah.
Yes, she was.
We had to talk about it on the way home.
What did you say?
Well, she's known Barney forever, so it didn't surprise her or anything. But I think we discussed how he was an extra dose of Barney today. It was an extra level of Barney.
Yeah. That was Barney.
Yeah,
He would love these.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
he'd be a good sales
Rest in
rep.
peace, Barney.
Yeah, Barney. Go, Barney. Barney rides with me every day.
That's right, Barney's there.
Barney rides with me every day. So,
Sick.
and he goes on. He lives on like I don't think anyone's ever had a more passionate or intimate wetsuit maker team rider relationship than me and Barney. I mean,
Did you ever make him a wetsuit?
Ooh,
Barney.
what are you talking about? I made every one of his wetsuits with my hands. I mean, the one that's on the tattoo.
The orange one with the orange and the yellow one?
Yeah, so we would hang out, and we'd be hanging out, and I'm all, what's next? And he'd be like, I don't know, what do you think? Like, The Thing. Or, how about Wolverine? And then I would be like, oh, which outfits of Wolverine do you like the best? And then it came out with, like, the blue and yellow one.
Yeah.
And usually those outfits had a Speedo. I don't know why. But it had like a blue Speedo. The rest of it was all yellow. We even made a hood that came all the way down to here and had those black wings coming up the top. So making those, talking about it with Barney and coming up with something and then making them in the factory by hand and then having Barney go get magazine covers in them, like made it all that much more rewarding.
What do you think those wetsuits are today?
They're everywhere.
Could somebody have Barney's well wetsuits?
Yes.
Yeah.
Brenna, his former girlfriend,
Right.
has a bunch of them. Hotline preserved a bunch, which I helped him do even way back when I was still there. And there's one really special one that's at Central Coast Surf Shop. And that's hanging up in the corner, and it's Spider-Man 001. Like the comic book, but for real life. And I mean, did anybody ever embody a superhero more than Barney?
No.
I would say no. He actually would wear those superhero wetsuits out at 25-foot Mavs, and he'd backdoor the bowl, which he did on the cover of Surfing Magazine, just cool as a cucumber in his Batman suit, like this, 25-foot Mavericks bowl, and he's backdooring it, and you can see the flaps from the wetsuit, and like that's a superhero right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, Barney.
Yeah. There's only been one, right?
Only been one Barney. There's a lot of other people that embody some cool aspects and that relate well to wetsuits. Ozzy Wright, and his wild Volcom stuff that he used to do. Even Christian Fletcher and his purple Lanties that he wore doing the huge airs at Trestles. There's been people who are synonymous with wetsuits, but nobody like Barney. Nobody. Even trying to make Flea that way. I used to make Flea custom suits, and it was kind of cool, but it just wasn't quite like Barney.
Yeah.
Flea used to have like 49er wetsuits, like Jerry Rice. Flea was a closeted sports fan. He loved the Niners, the Giants, A's, Raiders. I don't know.
Do you think the Raiders need a quarterback?
Yes.
That one stuck last night, my friend.
Yes.
He was terrible.
He's stinking up the joint.
Englishman with a cold mouth can tell you that. That guy's terrible.
Yeah, he's not playing well. There's talk. What about bringing Brady back? That's what I heard was going down.
You're gonna bring him back to the Raiders.
Brady's getting brought back to the Raiders. You heard it first here.
Brady would rock a good wetsuit.
Kaepernick.
Yeah.
I'm Kaepernick.
Yeah.
What the heck?
Yeah, something. Hey.
Purdy looks pretty good.
Who?
Purdy.
I know. I went to the game last week. It was didn't make a mistake.
He looks like a young Brady.
Yeah. Hey, thanks for the time.
Yeah, for sure. Anything, anytime, Neil.
I know. I call you and you say yes.
Off the lip.
Off the left.
Whoop-ah.
TC will be back next week.
Oh.
Thank you for coming in.
Heck
Santa
yeah,
Cruz
my
Fungi.
pleasure. You got it. Yeah.
Santa Cruz Fungi. How do you
Cruz
spell
Fungi.
that? F-U-N-G-H-I.
Just Fungi.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you can get, your
male potency back. Yeah. Ah.
Strong like bull.
You can get
Exactly.
strong like bull.
Mess with the bull, you're going to
And
get
for
the
strong
horns.
like bull is, which one is the strong like bull one?
Cordyceps, the Cordy creamsicle.
Cordy
40
creamsicle.
creams
Yeah.
ago. One,
Works
it's
magic.
Weird that I picked that one. Feeling frisky.
Thanks, Mark. Thanks.
Feels like catnip.
Mr. Buell, thank you so much.
Yeah, no worries. Come on in, visit us over here at the Buell shop. Tell them Buell send you. They'll give you a discount.
How much you get? How much do they get? 10%?
40%.
40% off.
Yeah, right now. It's rough atmosphere here on 41st right now.
And thanks to Nick H. Des.
H.
He
Des.
does all that. So they got a great Facebook page. They got a great Instagram page, website. What's Buell? What's the website?
www.buellsurf.com.
.com. Thank you, my friend.
Yeah, buddy.